When applying the foundation on your face, the mascara on your eyelashes, or even the lipstick on your lips, have you ever wondered from what the mascara is made of or how the very first lipstick looked like? In this video, we're going to talk about the history of cosmetics. And we're going to answer those three questions. What was the purpose of using cosmetic product at the early ages in different countries and cultures? From what cosmetic product were made of, and how they used to look like? Historians can trace the use of beauty product in cosmetics back to 4000 before Christ in almost every society by both men and women. Cosmetic art is argued to have been the earliest form of ritual in human culture. Today, a great percentage of women apply makeup daily to look good and enhance the natural appearance of certain facial features. But in ancient civilizations, makeup was a status symbol, and people were using it for different reasons. Apart from aesthetics, makeup also had medicinal appeal. In the ancient Egypt, for example, the use of cosmetics is well documented. This was mostly done to please the god. They applied eye makeup called mistament, a mixture of copper and lead or around their eyes, and they used kuhl to darken eyes, eyelashes, and eyebrows, and to protect their eyes from harmful dust and microorganisms that were blown by the wind. They used castor oil as a protective balm, and skin creams made of beeswax, olive oil, and rose water. To improve breath, they chewed herbs, which is still in use today. They also used this product on their mummies because they believed that it would make them irresistible in the afterlife. In the Middle East, kuhl was used as a powder or smeared to darken the edges of the eyelids, similar to eyeliner. An early teacher in the 10th century was Abu al-Qasim al-Zahrawi, or Abu al-Qasis, the very first surgeon who wrote the 24-volume medical encyclopedia, At-Tasrif. A chapter of the 19th volume was dedicated to cosmetics. Abu al-Qasis considered cosmetics a branch of medicine, which he called medicine of beauty. He deals with perfumes, scented aromatics, and incense. He also used oily substances called adhan for medication and beautification. Chinese people began to stain their fingernails with gelatin, beeswax, and egg white from around 3000 before Christ. The colors used represented social class. Royal families wore gold, silver, black, or red. The lower classes were forbidden to wear bright colors on their nails. In Japan, women wore lipstick made of crushed safflower petals to paint the eyebrows and edges of the eye, as well as the lips. Rice powder colors the face. Rouge contours the eye sockets and defines the nose. Uhaguru, which is a black paint, colors the teeth for the ceremony. They would also sometimes use birth droppings to compile a lighter color. Moroccan women were and still using kuhl to line their eyes, karfasi, or the lipstick of Fez, which is a powder that is extracted from gold worm and that has a pinky reddish dye to add a pop of color to their lips and cheeks, or even to whiten the skin when mixed with rose water. They used the black soap to humidify the skin before the exfoliation. They used a mixture of herbs and henna as a hair mask and shampoo. And they used rasoul or Moroccan clay as a hair conditioner and body and facial mask. In Europe, from the Renaissance up until the 20th century, the lower classes had to work outside in agriculture jobs, so their skin was darkened by exposure to the sun. The higher a person was in status, the more leisure time he or she had to spend indoors, which kept their skin pale. To make their skin more pale, a variety of products were used, including white lead paints, which may have contained arsenic, which poisoned a lot of women and killed many. Queen Elizabeth I of England was one well-known user of white lead, with which she created a look known as the Mask of Youth. During the early 1900s, makeup was not excessively popular. In fact, women hardly wore makeup at all. Cosmetics were so unpopular that they could not be bought in department stores. They could only be bought at theatrical costume stores. A woman's makeup routine often only consisted of using a powdered shimmery paper to whiten the nose in the winter and shine their cheeks in the summer. Rouge was considered provocative, so was only seen on women of the night.
Molly, what do you think you're doing?
It was until the 1920s that makeup products started to be used by American women because of the film industry in Hollywood. Lipsticks were one of the most popular cosmetics of this time, more so than rouge and powder, because they were colorful and cheap. Many of the present-day makeup manufacturers were established during 1920s and 1930s, and Max Factor were the first to create a market for cosmetics. Now let's make a look to how certain cosmetics looked like. Lipstick in the ancient civilizations was produced from natural occurring substances like fruit, henna, clay rust, and of course, insects. Some women were later on the fancier side and used crown precious jewels to add color and shimmer to their lips. The solid lipstick was invented by the scientist Abul Qasis. He initially made a stock for applying perfume which could then be pressed into a mold. He tried the same method with colors and invented solid lipstick. Mascara came out as early as 3400 before Christ, when Egyptians used mascara to celebrate war and death. They believed that mascara would protect them from bad spirits. Later in the 1830s, during the Victorian Age, women started using a form of mascara made by mixing ashes and elderberries over hot fire. The very first mascara was invented in the 1800s and contained petroleum jelly. In 1917, Ingen Rimmel invented the very first packaged mascara that was in the form of cake.
From tram lines to lines women at least are more concerned about, the lines on their faces. And there's little they don't know about matters of that nature at this beauty salon in Mayfair, London, where the preparation of cosmetics is a chemical art that would intrigue any scientist. In the mixing of face powder, for example, many factors have to be taken into consideration before the right formula is ascertained. However, something really new is this process for pressing blended powder into a compact... Sorry, we can't give you the formula for this powder. It's strictly top secret. In fact, all beauty salons put a clamp on this kind of information, but then, needless to say, women, shrewd as they are, prefer it that way.
Now that you have an idea about the history of cosmetics, from what they were made and how they looked like, we can conclude that cosmetics have made a big revolution, and it's mainly due to many important technological developments in chemistry, materials, and packaging innovations. And now it's becoming a huge industry that makes a lot of incomes. Next time when you are applying makeup, you're going to look at your lipstick knowing that he faced a lot of challenges and passed through a history of self-improvement before being your favorite lipstick.
Oh!